Big Muuk's Forge.
Howdy folks, Jameson here from Big Muuk's Forge. Today we're going to talk about campfires, how to make them, and why to make them. Before we can make a campfire, we need a tool to fell a tree with. Usually a hatchet or wood axe can be found fairly quickly after spawning, but we don't have to wait that long. We can make us a makeshift hatchet usually within a few minutes after spawning. We're going to need a chunk of scrap metal and a wooden stick. Scrap metal is found in the old abandoned cars, trucks, and vans, and the wooden sticks are the same sticks used to craft the makeshift bows and arrows. Drop the scrap metal and the wooden stick into the Discovery tab and click Discover. Then move over to the Crafting tab and craft your makeshift hatchet. Make this weapon as soon as possible. Ain't nothing worse than getting your hind end chewed on by a wolf because you ain't got no close quarters with it. Also, you're going to need a bladed tool to harvest resources from the lifeless bodies of all your kills. Yeah, that's right. You harvest these resources by whooping on the corpse until it disappears. Meat and other crafting materials are harvested from animals, while cloth scraps are harvested from zombies. Now that we've got a hatchet, makeshift or otherwise, we've got to kill a tree. Seriously, we literally attack the tree with our hatchet. Now, depending on your axe or hatchet, this may take several licks or several dozen. Now, keep whooping on that tree until you hear a loud crack, and then the tree will fall. Up at the top center of the screen, you'll see how many logs you whooped out of that tree. Now, you only need 2 logs to make the campfire, but you'll need more if you have no lighter. The campfire recipe will be in your crafting tab by default. There's no need to try and discover it. If you plan on building a campfire, it's better to build a campfire as soon as you can because a campfire only weighs 50, while the 2 logs it takes to make it weigh 100. Also keep in mind that if you have no room in one of your bags for all of the logs, they'll fall to the ground. You can still craft the campfire using the logs on the ground as long as they appear in your proximity inventory. Now that we've crafted the campfire and it's in our inventory, we have to place it on the ground to use it. To do this, we right click on our campfire in our inventory and pick place. When we're satisfied with the spot our campfire is in, left click it. Now if you already have a lighter, that's awesome. Hang tight while the rest of us catch up. For those of us that have no lighter, time to head back into our inventory for a little more crafting. Now we're going to craft wood planks out of our 3rd log. Wood planks are a default recipe that we don't need to discover. Once we have a wooden stick, a wooden plank, and a scrap of cloth, we can drop them in our Discovery tab and discover the recipe for the bow drill and then make one. Once we've crafted our bow drill, we can light our campfire. And whether or not we have a bow drill or a lighter, we do it the same way. Stand next to the campfire and open your inventory. Right click on your drill or your lighter and pick ignite. Now wait for the timer and there you go, fire. The bad part about the bow drill is that it weighs 25 while the lighter only weighs 1. But since the bow drill is easy enough to make, they're pretty much disposable. Now, if you've been killing animals and harvesting the meat and fat like I've been doing, we got some cooking to do. The animal meat can be cooked into steaks. Now, the steaks are great because they restore more energy than the canned food and the MREs, and they weigh 15 instead of 25 each. Also, we can purify any bottles of dirty water or stagnant water. Purified water is worth more as a crafting material than as a drink. Purified water opens the door to things like first aid kits and then different drinks that not only replenish more hydration but energy as well. And the animal fat cooks down into biofuel. Put an empty bottle in the fire with each animal fat to make biofuel. Each can of biofuel will add a quarter of a tank of gas to any vehicle. In order to use a campfire, we just open it like we would a dresser or some cabinets. Once we have it open, we can see it listed in our proximity inventory. And make sure the little arrow is pointed down and we can start moving the items we want to cook into the campfire. And put all your meat and all your bottles of water into the fire. You can save your fat for torches or you can cook it into biofuel if you have some empty bottles. Once we have moved everything over, all we have to do is wait for the finished products to appear. Everything cooks at a different rate, stacked items cook one at a time. As they appear, we're going to move them over into our regular inventory. You can double click or you can click and drag if you like. One note about the biofuel though is they weigh 100 each. And as you can see, that put me in a bind storage wise, so I abandoned the fuel there near the fire, and maybe somebody who needs them will come by and find them. Hopefully, if they do, they don't try and run me over with the truck. I just put gas in. There you go. Fire inside the house. There's a lot of advantages in making a campfire and using it, But I reckon I should warn you though. If you play on a PvP server like I do, you gotta be careful where and when you light a campfire, and be watchful while you're cooking. You may draw a crowd. Once you're done, clear out and put some yardage between you and that fire. That's all I got for y'all today. Thanks for stopping in at Big Muuk's Forge. Y'all come back and see us.
You'll follow Muuk.